I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hey, Johnny, what's up?
Yes, this movie called The Room made more money than it cost to produce. 5 times more, in fact. But how? Why?
Oh, hi, Johnny. I didn't know it was you.
I mean, seriously, why?
That's me.
Who went to the cinemas to watch this? Well, the truth is, not many people went to watch it. It initially only made $1,900 at the box office. So how come to this day, cinemas are still screening it? Well, in short, it's so horrendously bad, it's good. Nothing ever makes sense. There are multiple adult-rated scenes that go for entirely too long. Characters who announce they have cancer and are never mentioned again.
I definitely have breast cancer.
People randomly stop to play football in scenes that do not further the plot at all. This is only the beginning. Before I go into detail about the movie, let's just review the description on IMDb. Johnny is a successful bank executive who lives quietly in a San Francisco townhouse with his fiancée, Lisa. One day, putting aside any scruple, she seduces Johnny's best friend, Mark. From there, nothing will be the same again. How the movie really turned out is something else. In order for any narrative to have a concluding story, it would usually follow a structure like this. A smooth, steady rise with some major event, followed by a decline in action. However, in The Room, the director felt like he needed to keep the audience wondering what was going to happen next. And I mean really wondering. The movie goes a little something like this. I'll keep it brief because you have to watch it to really enjoy the film. Act 1. Johnny is a successful businessman, engaged to Lisa. Denny, a wandering teenager, who is played by a 26-year-old actor, attempts to flirt with Lisa, and it's really creepy.
Danny, do you have something else to do?
I just like to watch you guys.
Meanwhile, Lisa is actually trying to seduce Johnny's best friend, Mark. Then there's this extremely weird scene where Johnny buys flowers for
Can I
Lisa.
have a dozen red roses, please?
Oh, hi, Johnny. I didn't know it was you. Here you go.
That's me. How much is it?
It'll be $18.
Here you go. Keep the change. Hi, doggy.
You're my favorite customer.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Purportedly, teenage Denny comes over once more, this time to flirt with Lisa. Lisa rebuffs him because he's a teenager being played by a 26-year-old man, and there are just some lines you don't cross. Damn it.
No, God!
Act 2. Lisa's mother drops in and claims she's dying of cancer.
Wrong at once. Nobody wants to help me, and I'm dying.
This is immediately glossed over and completely forgotten about for the rest of the movie. Lisa's friends, never before introduced in the film, sneak into her home and inexplicably begin to do the one thing people do best in The Room: breed like rabbits at inappropriate times. They get caught, but like many things in this movie, it's immediately glossed over. Danny is confronted on the rooftop by a gun-toting gangster. Johnny rescues him. This is never mentioned again. Lisa and Mark, Johnny's so-called friend, cheat in multiple scenes. Back to the roof, and Denny walks up to confess his love for Lisa.
I think I'm in love with her.
Johnny laughs it off and says,
Lisa loves you too, as a person, as a human being.
this never comes up again. Shortly after this fit of pique, cut to Johnny and some of his guy friends playing football in the alley. One guy falls over. It's a weirdly dramatic scene lacking any context and apparently lacking consequences as well, as this is never mentioned again. Act 3. For whatever the reason, the guys get dressed up in their tuxedos to play football in the alley. Yes, the tonal shift really is as sharp as I made it sound. Cut to the guys playing football in the field again. Cut to Lisa and Mark getting to it again. But this time they are caught by Johnny's friend, who walks in and catches them in the act. This friend was never introduced and is never seen again after this scene. Word gets around and Johnny finds out that Lisa was cheating on him with his old pal Mark this whole time. Johnny responds by committing suicide. The end. Despite the horrible acting, lack of plot, and the recurring theme of glossing over almost everything that happens, the movie was, from a financial position, a success. And how does one market this movie to be a success? Well, here was the plan for the film's debut in 2003. 1. Open in a few LA cinemas. 2. Offer a free soundtrack CD to ticket buyers. 3. Promote the film with TV and print campaigns comparing The Room to the work of Tennessee Williams. 4. Rent a billboard on Highland Avenue, which was mostly a close-up of his face. And 5. Submit the film to the Academy Awards. Spoilers, he didn't win. That's pretty much it. As you can imagine, poor distribution didn't do the movie any favors. The billboard confused people, and the TV and print campaigns must not have been converted. But then again, when your billboards look like this, who's going to show up in the first place? So obviously the movie didn't really make any money in the early stages, but rather found itself becoming a whole new creature as it matured. The Room falls into a category some called paracinema, which is basically a film not considered to be inside of mainstream filmmaking, also referred to as a trash film, a genre of films that are low budget and amateur produced. People who view these movies tend to do so in an ironic sense of enjoyment of a film that is absolutely absurd in every way to a point where it becomes enjoyable to watch.
Oh, come on, why not?
No, I can't. Anyway, how is your sex life?
Most of the box office sales that the movie has produced has come from viewing years after its initial release. Slowly over time, the light of the movie has burned for long enough to make Tommy, the producer, a cool $30 million in revenue, or $24 million in profit. Many cinemas in LA still showcase this movie on late-night sessions because of the cult following that has developed online. There's even a viewing guide online that instructs you to bring a football and some spoons to the viewing. Maybe because of all the photographed spoons in Johnny's house? So in the end, if you've got a cool $6 million to spend and some horrible directing skills, maybe you can create a successful disaster movie too. Thanks for watching this video. Why don't you stick around?